Our first task is to identify the price that tends to exist in a market. We do this by using the concept of an equilibrium. An equilibrium is a position of rest, a position which once attained tends to remain. The equilibrium price is the price that makes the quantity demanded equal to the quantity supplied. The market is in equilibrium when price equals the equilibrium price because every buyer who wants to purchase can find a willing seller, and every seller who wants to sell can find a willing buyer. Since both buyers and sellers can find partners with whom to trade, the quantity traded, which is the amount of the good traded between buyers and sellers, equals both the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded. The quantity traded when the market is in equilibrium is called the equilibrium quantity. The intersection of the supply and demand curves determines this equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity. To identify why this price is equilibrium, let's look at what happens when the price does not equal the equilibrium price. What happens when price is less than the equilibrium price? In that condition, price tends to increase. The quantity demanded will be greater than the quantity supplied when price is less than the equilibrium price. The difference between the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied is called a shortage. A shortage means that buyers want to buy more than sellers want to sell. As a result, sellers will see their inventories fall more rapidly than expected and will recognize that they can increase price without reducing the amount sold. As a result, sellers tend to increase price when a shortage exists. This has an important implication. It means that shortages do not exist for long in free markets because the shortage makes the market price increase until the shortage disappears. Now let's look at what happens when price is greater than the equilibrium price. In that condition, price tends to decrease. The quantity demanded is less than the quantity supplied when price is greater than the equilibrium price. This difference is called a surplus. A surplus means that sellers want to sell more than buyers want to buy. As a result, sellers will see their inventories fall less rapidly than expected and will recognize that they must decrease price in order to sell as much as they want. This means that sellers tend to decrease price when a surplus exists. An important implication of the analysis is that surpluses will not persist for long in free markets because the surplus makes the market price decrease until the surplus disappears. This table is a nice summary of the market equilibrium and disequilibrium. First, we talk about whether we compare the market price with the equilibrium price. We compare quantity demanded with quantity supplied. We examine whether shortage or surplus exist, and we talk about what tends to happen to price in each of these conditions. Market price less than equilibrium price means quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied. We have a shortage, and price tends to increase. Market price greater than equilibrium price means quantity demanded is less than quantity supplied. We have a surplus, and price tends to decrease. When the market price equals the equilibrium price, then the quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied. We have neither shortage nor surplus, and price tends to remain constant. The next two sets of expand your understanding questions ask you to work with these concepts, and there's going to be some application as well as a little more teaching that I hope helps you understand this material better.